What's up, guys? My name is Alice. I'm speaking from Brazil. I'm 34 years old now, and I'm here to tell you about my 2 years experience doing Shambhavi every day. I don't have a special time for it. I do it sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes in the night. Last week I had this unusual day that I got home about 2 a.m. in the morning. So I did Shambhavi 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't have a rule, any special rule for it, no exact time for it. My only rule is that I do it every day. So I've been doing this for 2 years. And I'm here to tell you about the amazing change it did in my life. To be honest, everything changed. But I want to tell you about 5 things that I think they are very, very different in me since I started doing Shambhavi. So, thing number 1 is my mood, my mental health and my mood. They have improved a lot in these 2 years, like much more than I could ever imagine. I am much more happier. Sometimes nothing happened and I'm in my living room or I'm walking in the street, and sometimes I feel like this pleasure coming from inside, you know. I feel this thing that life is really good. and then I start laughing for no reason. It's very pleasant. I became each time a more pleasant person, and that's for me is very important. I'm going to tell you a short story so you can understand why. Ever since I was a child, maybe 7 to 10 years old, I started to having this panic crisis. And I had these psychological disbalances, and they affected a lot of areas in my life. I remember this particular day that I was in school, and in the middle of the class I started to feel like I couldn't breathe, and it was really hard to breathe, and it scared the hell out of me because I didn't know what was happening. I just couldn't breathe and my heart started to hurt. So in this day I went to the bathroom and I spent the entire class in the bathroom. I lost all the classes in the day because this thing it didn't go away. It was there the whole morning. So I was really scared about it, and I was ashamed about it too, because sometimes suddenly I was going to a party, I was going to see my friends. I was still a kid, and out of nowhere I started to feel bad, to feel that I couldn't breathe. So I started to feel ashamed and very scared. In the next years, I spent my teenage days going in and out doctors' rooms and psychologists, psychiatrists. I started to develop another things, like some days I was very anxious and I couldn't sleep. In other days I just felt so sad that I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to go out of the bed. They tried to treat me with a lot of things. They tried to treat me with depression, with anxiety pills, sleeping pills, a lot of different pills, and nothing really worked for me. So when I was about 22, 23 years old, I said to myself that this was enough, that doctors couldn't know what I had, no pills had worked well for me. So I just kept living with these mental disturbances, you know. And I tried a lot of things, guys. I tried to read about it, I tried to study philosophy, I tried to study psychology, I did a lot of practices, I tried physical exercises, and to be really honest with you, some of them made me a little good, but none of them really cured me. None of them really cured me, you know. And then when I was 30 and something, I saw this guy on YouTube, and he was saying that that's not normal to live with this disturbance, this psychological disturbance. He said he lives really okay, he feels good, and it's normal to feel good, and that he could offer a practice that could make you feel good too. And this guy was Sadhguru, and I believed him deep inside my heart, because deep inside me, even when the doctors were saying, we don't know what you have, we cannot treat you, you will probably have to take pills for the rest of your life. I heard this a lot, guys. That I would never sleep without pills, that I couldn't have a normal life because I was too anxious, so I would have to take pills. And I stopped with all of them. And when I found Sadhguru, he said he had this practice that could help. So I decided to try this. I made my Shambhavi initiation in March 28th of 2001. I did my initiation online. We are in the middle of the pandemic here in Brazil and in the entire world. So I never been to India. I want to someday, but I never been yet, and I did it online. And after practicing it for 2 years, I can tell you, I can show you, you can look at my face. I'm a happy person now. And I can tell you everything changed in my life. Every single thing changed in my life. Everything is so much better when you feel good in life. I mean, I'm much more capable of doing anything that I want to do now that I feel better. This was the biggest change of Shambhavi in my life. And it was a dream of mine. Ever since I started to have these things in my childhood, it was a dream of mine to feel peace. And I realized after 1 year and something, maybe 1 year and a half doing Shambhavi, I was speaking to a friend of mine, her name is Annie, and I was saying, oh Annie, I felt so much better after Shambhavi. I used to feel so much angst. I wake up and I felt angst. I went through life situations and I felt angst. And suddenly I realized I haven't felt a single day of angst in the last year. A single hour. A single 10 minutes. I haven't felt angst anymore. I mean, I can go through tough situations that would make me feel really bad for days and days, and they don't affect me like that anymore. Really, I don't feel that terrible angst that made my breathing stop and my heart hurts. I don't feel it anymore. I haven't felt it a single day in the last year. So, wow, this is a dream came true, really. This was huge for me. And my mood in general, of course, and guys, I'm someone else, seriously. My anger, it went down. I don't explode with anger anymore. My sadness went down. I don't cry for a lot of things that I used to cry. They don't affect me like that anymore. My anxiety went down hugely. It went down. I don't need to eat every day anymore. I used to eat a lot because I was very anxious in social situations, in life situations. I just don't need to eat a lot anymore. And I feel so much better, guys, so much better. Shame is going down too. I spent a lot of time in the last year going through karaokes in the city that I live, Belo Horizonte in Brazil. I spend a lot of days with my friends singing songs without knowing how to sing. That would be something that I couldn't imagine, to sing in front of people without knowing how to sing. And well, I did it a lot in the last year, and it was quite funny. So all of those feelings that would make me feel bad, they are dropping down. They are becoming very little, or they don't exist anymore. It feels really good. In my previous videos, when I started Shambhavi, I still had this thing on my face, like like life is hard, like there's something that is not good for me, and you could see it in my face, this tension in my face, like I don't have it anymore. Life feels so much light. So wow. Change number 2 that I believe it made me a lot of good is my sleeping quota. I used to sleep maybe 8-9 hours in a day, and it was like 3 years ago. I used to sleep like that, and then it came the pandemic, and I went really bad. I was alone in my apartment for 3 months, and I started to sleep almost the entire day. I wasn't working, I couldn't work, I was feeling really bad, and I was sleeping a lot, like 12-15 hours. And it was like that I started Shambhavi. Now I sleep in a normal day. First of all, I went back to work, and I'm feeling really good working now. And in a normal day, I may want to sleep 7 hours, but if I need to, and this was really, really important for me, if I need to, I can spend the entire day with 5 hours of sleep. This was something that I couldn't even imagine, to spend a day with 5 hours of sleep and feel good. I feel good sleeping 5 hours if I need to. And it happened once in the last month maybe, that I had this very unusual day that I had to sleep 3 hours. I was going on a trip, and the times got confused, so I slept for 3 hours. And I wasn't really happy about it. It wasn't really pleasant, but I spent the entire day thinking. I could use my brain, I could use my body with only 3 hours of sleep. I would never imagine something like that. I would just faint. And now I can do it. I work with a really reduced sleep quota if I need to. This was huge. Change number 3 is in my body, in general. My body it feels much more energetic. I had more energy to go through the day. Today I meet some people that I used to see in the past, and sometimes they are like a little sleep in the middle of the day. Maybe you eat something and you feel like a little sleep, you have to take a nap, you have to take a rest. I don't need it anymore. I can do it if I want, but I don't need it anymore. I just don't feel this lack of energy during the day. And my pains, they went down a lot. I used to feel a lot of back pain, a lot of tension in my back. I still have a little bit of it, but it don't hurt anymore. It's just the tension that I can feel it here, but I simply don't remember what it's like to feel back pain, because it doesn't hurt anymore. And it's a huge relief for me, because it hurted a lot, my neck, the base of my spine, and it doesn't hurt anymore. Simply doesn't. I was so happy about it. I can sit for hours if I need to, and it doesn't hurt anymore. And change number 4 is about relationships and also life in general. I feel much more sensitive to life. So if I'm walking in the street, I look down and I can see an ant. Life just gets my attention. If it was 3 years ago, I would step in the ant because I wouldn't see it. I'm just walking, and with no effort, I can see life is moving. I see ants, I see butterflies, I see birds, I see spiders, I see when I go to the waterfalls. I used to get really preoccupied with spiders because I'm a little bit afraid of them. So now I can see spiders in a distance. I can feel life so much more than before, guys. It's something magical. It's something wow. And this affects all my human relationships too, because I feel much more love for people. I used to, sometimes in some situations, feel mad with people, feel angry with people, or maybe have some criticism to do to people that I know, people that I don't know. I just don't do it anymore. I just feel so much open to life, and it affected all my relationships. I'm incapable to fight people. And sometimes when people come to me very stressed, screaming, and it doesn't, I don't take it like a personal thing anymore. Like, I don't feel bad about it. I don't fight back. It's much more easy to look at the person and say, okay, this person is not okay. That's okay. I'm going there to take an ice cream. Everything feels so much easy, you know. I don't need to go after people anymore. I used to feel really bad if we had some kind of disagreement. I used to feel alone. I used to feel that a lot, that I needed people, that I needed to go out, that I needed to see people. I was feeling sad, I was feeling alone, and it almost disappeared, you know. I don't need to go after people anymore. When I see people, it's really out of love, out of fun. I go see people because I want to have healthy relationships. I go to see people because I want to spread love. I go to see people because I want to have fun. And it feels so much better to relate with people like that. So much better. It's wow, this is something that I really loved too. I really loved. I had a lot of difficulty in social situations, you know, and I don't have to drink anymore in social situations. I don't drink anymore. I stopped drinking because I wanted to stop, and it doesn't affect me anymore. I can go through social situations and feel good about it. It's good. It's good to feel like that. And huge change number 5 is that I started to treat me very different. The same way I treat people different, I started to treat myself different. I was a person that I used to, and maybe some of you guys will recognize it, maybe you feel like that too. I used to be a person that used to need much of myself, you know. I used to say, Alice, you have to do this, you have to do that, you're not doing it right, you are doing it wrong, I don't like that in you, I don't like that you are doing. I used to treat myself with a lot of rigid ideas that would make me feel bad you know. I used to measure things all the time, like, Alice, you are doing this, that, and that. I had to take notes of things, guys. Like, I'm feeling that today, and that other day I wasn't capable to do that. I should take notes of everything, and I don't have this anymore. Like, maybe my mind starts to do the mental talking, like, Alice, you should, and then I look, and it's so good, guys, to feel that you don't have to do any of those things that your crazy mind is telling you. I don't have to do anything. I have to feel good in my life. So, wow. Shambhavi is a miracle, is a gift. It's something that really changed me. I will keep doing it for the rest of my life, or better. I'm saying it ever since I started, because I noticed a change very, very quickly on myself. Some people take longer, some people are quicker, but after 2 years, I noticed so much consistent changes, you know. It's different from the beginning, that I noticed something today and not in the other day. No, now I notice that day after day, all these improvements that I'm telling you, it's part of my life now. And it feels really, really good. So I want to share something with you guys. It made me really happy. When I started doing Shambhavi, I wanted to tell the entire world, like, whoa, you have to know to do what I do. I found something really magical, something really good, it's different from everything. And people looked at me and say, okay, Alice, we understand that you found something that you like, but I have other things to do in my life. So I stopped talking to people about Shambhavi. And then when I stopped talking, people started to come to me and ask, Alice, what you are doing? Recently, a friend of mine, the one that I was telling you guys, that I was talking to, my friend Annie, recently she came to me and she asked, Alice, how can I do it? She did her initiation with Isha Foundation, and now she's practicing Shambhavi for 6 months now. And guys, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. It feels so good to have someone that is your friend, because I did it alone for 1.5 years. I did it all alone. I had nobody that in my social circle that I could talk and the person understands what it is. And now my friend is practicing it, and she already felt a lot of difference. So we talk about it like almost every day. And it's so good, and made me so happy. I'm really grateful for Sadhguru. I'm really grateful that he's alive, and he wanted to give us this gift for everyone that wants to live better in all areas of your life. I mean, I'm really grateful. So, guys, kisses, love from Brazil.